Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now before we get into this video, I do have to tell you guys, this is a 2-week long event week. So there's not going to be an update week next Thursday. This is going right to December 12th, which is when the new DLC is going to be dropping. That's the only time Rockstar ever does 2-week event weeks. So we can expect the new DLC on December 12th, which is going to be awesome. Now we got to talk about some other things quickly here. The car behind me is the Benefactor LM87. It is on sale this week for just over $2 million. It's a very, very good car. It has super high downforce, great handling. If you play on PC, it's also got a speed glitch, which is pretty insane. It makes it the fastest vehicle in the entire game, which is pretty awesome. If you're on console though, you're not going to have access to this same speed glitch, unfortunately. But it is still a cool car. You should pick it up regardless. It is a top 10 fastest supercar in the game right now. Decent customization. Overall, very, very cool vehicle. Definitely one to look out for this week. But now, of course, we have to talk about some other things going on this week and how to make some money. But before we get into that, there is a Galaxy livery for the Mammoth Avenger that you are going to get as a login reward for the remainder of this update week. So that's kind of cool. If you're interested in that, it is available this week. Now for bonus money, we also have something that is centered around the Avenger. We have double money and double RP on Project Overthrow from the Los Santos or the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC. It's part of the operations terminal in the Avenger, so you will have to buy an operations terminal within the Avenger to get access to doing it. It doesn't pay that well, and on double money and double RP, it's probably still not going to pay that well, so probably want to avoid it this week. I'd honestly just advise you guys to do your regular business stuff and just kind of do that sort of thing, because you're honestly going to do much better at that. If you're a lower level and you can join in on somebody doing Project Overthrow, that might be worth it for you. But for the vast majority of players, I'd say stick to free mode stuff and doing, you know, your businesses and whatnot like that. That's probably going to be your best bet to save up some money for this new DLC. Be wary of this as well, guys, because they do want you guys to spend all of your money this week. That's why they've put out so many discounts, because they want you to buy shark cards when this DLC drops. So make sure you have enough money prepared for this DLC, because I do think it is going to be a big one. I have a prediction that it is probably going to be, it's definitely going to be the biggest DLC of the year for sure, and I think it's going to be a pretty good one. So just stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the discounts now though. Alright, so starting off on the Foreclosures website, hangars are going to be 40% off this week, including all of their renovations and upgrades. If you are going to be buying a hangar, make sure you get the hangar workshop so that you can upgrade and customize your planes and helicopters as you see fit. Everything else is pretty garbage. I would maybe consider getting a living quarters so you can spawn at your hangar. But other than that, you don't really need anything. Living quarters and a workshop, that should do you guys fine. And you can get hangars for pretty cheap. If you are going to buy a hangar, I would recommend getting the one in the military base, the 3497. It's the cheapest military base hangar. It will grant you access to going into the base and not getting a wanted level. So that is pretty clutch. Definitely look into getting 3497 if you are looking for a hangar this week. On Dynasty, we have the 50 car garage discounted by 30% this week, which is pretty cool, I guess. We also have the operations terminal for the Avenger, and that is going to be 30% off this week as well. So that is to do the Project Overthrow missions. Honestly, it's not worth buying. I would definitely not recommend picking it up, honestly. Now on Legendary Motorsport, we do have some discounts. We got the Bravado Buffalo EVX on sale this week. Pretty good discount. Honestly, it's 20% off. It's not that good of a discount, but it is a pretty good car. We also have the Annis 300R available this week, and it is 30% off, which is pretty good. Both of them are Imani Tech capable, so if you're looking for an Imani Tech car, both of them are pretty good options. The EVX is a little bit faster, I think, so I'd probably choose that one. We do also have the LM87 though here, like I said right at the start of the video, for just over 2 mil, so that's definitely a #1 pickup this week in my opinion. It is an awesome car, super fast. It's also a one-seater, which is pretty unique and cool. We have the Invitero Coquette D10 on sale for 40% off as well this week, which is pretty awesome. We have the Devastate also on sale this week for 30% off. And scrolling a little further down, we have the Grotti Vision also discounted, and it is, you guessed it, 30% off as well. Over on Warstock Cash and Carry, we have the Streamer 216 discounted as well. Avoid this plane at all costs. It is completely terrible. The Devastate, if you have the HSW upgrade available to you, aka if you play on next gen consoles, it is probably worth picking up. It's pretty quick, honestly, but if you've already got HSW cars, there are faster ones. The Cockpit D10, really cool car, a lot of customization on it. It is pretty neat. Devastate doesn't have much customization. Grotty Vision is overall kind of garbage, I would say. I would probably avoid picking that one up as well this week. If you are going to purchase a car this week, I would say make sure it's either the LM87, the Annis 300R, or the Bravado Buffalo EVX. Those are the three probably best picks of the week. But we do have some cars that were removed from the game that we're going to go and talk about within the LS car meet. So let's head over to the casino. We're going to talk about the podium vehicle, go to the car meet, talk about the prize ride, and some of the vehicles that are back available there to be purchased. Alright guys, within the casino we have the Dinka Sugoi. It's a very customizable car. It is available to be won on the podium this week. Very cool car. Honestly, I would definitely recommend trying to pick it up if you can. Come to the casino every day and try to win it. You're going to have 2 weeks to try to win it, so there's a good chance you can actually get this thing. Within the car meet, the prize ride this week is the Dinka Postlude, which is an okay car. It's somewhat good. In order to win it, you're going to have to place top 2 for 4 days in a row, which is honestly way too hard of a challenge for what this car actually is. It's pretty trash. It does have some nice customization, but it is front wheel drive, so handling wise, pretty terrible. The launch is pretty terrible. Overall, it's just not really a good car. I wouldn't really recommend trying to win it this week, honestly. And for the vehicles that are available within the car meet, we have the Coil Cyclone right here, which is going to be 40% off. We also have the Enos Stafford, which is 40% off as well, and the Lampadati Viserys. All three of these cars are removed vehicles. The Coil Cyclone is fully electric. The Enos Stafford is an older sort of Rolls Royce, which is pretty cool. And the Lampadati Viserys is weaponizable with front-mounted machine guns. Now, they're not that good, but it does also have a wide body kit, which is pretty cool. Out of the three, if I was going to pick one up and I only had money for one, I would probably take either the Coil Cyclone or the Viserys. Both of them are pretty awesome. The Cyclone's performance is really good. The Viserys, not so much. It does have engine resistance a little bit, but it could be a lot worse. The Stafford, definitely not a performer, but it is a pretty great looking vehicle. So do with that information what you will. At Simeon's dealership, we have the Annis 300R here available to be purchased. As you can see, we also have the Coquette D10, the Grotty Vision, the Panaud Le Carouse, and the Bravado Buffalo EVX. So these 4 vehicles are on sale. You can get all of them on the websites, or you can come to the dealership to get them as well. Doesn't really matter what you want to do. None of these liveries are unique, I don't believe, so you're not missing much by buying them on the websites, to be honest. Except they do have some liveries, which are, I mean, if you're going to put one of these liveries on anyways, you might as well buy it at Simeon's, so you don't have to buy it. But beyond that, yeah, you can probably just buy them on the websites. And within the luxury autos dealership, we have the Benefactor LM87 with no wing, which is very interesting. I'd be very curious to know if purchasing it with no wing, if it actually stays that way, because that is not a customization option on that vehicle. And we also have the Overflot Entity MT here, which it has engine resistance. It does have HSW available, but it's not on sale, so honestly I wouldn't recommend it this week for sure. If you're going to buy one of the 2 cars, definitely buy the LM87. It's a much better performing vehicle overall, that's for sure. Alright guys, and last but not least, we got to talk about the time trials this week. Your RC Bandito time trial is Cypress Flats. Your regular time trial is El Burro Heights. Your Junk Energy time trial is Mirror Park. And your HSW time trial starts right here, just past this gas station, and it ends at Vespucci Beach. And it is a pretty easy one to complete. Just take the highway, you'll get there. Anyway guys, that is it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Make sure you save some money up for this DLC dropping on December 12th, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.